And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. We've explored a lot of things here on The Factor, from multiple genders to all kinds of sexual topics. Tonight, we're learning more about how some people can actually be attracted to an inanimate object, like a refrigerator or something. Let's take a listen. And joining us here on The Factor Uncensored, our sex expert, Lady McCallum, is here.
No.
Objectum sex? Objectum sex. Someone wrote me about that, and I said, well, I've
Yeah.
never heard of that. So I said, let's call Lady McCallum
Yeah.
and get to the bottom of objectum sex. What is that? What is that?
Well, I haven't come across it a whole lot. I did have a sub back in the day who was pretty much obsessed with his sex doll. So he actually married it. So it's basically when
But
people
first,
just
what is a sub for us who may not
okay.
know that term either?
Okay, so I'm a dominant and I have submissive, which is literally just somebody who is submissive to me. It's a male, female, doesn't matter. And they are just a submissive person to me sexually and in life. So it's just called a submissive, sub. That's it.
Okay, got it, got it. Now,
Yeah.
this guy had a doll, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Tell
So
us
he
about
had
it.
like it was like a full size like female anatomy wise sex doll. And he would bring it to sessions that I had with him, and I don't mind that or whatever. But it got to where it was kind of like a very odd obsession in a way. And I ended up like ending our dom sub relationship because of this, because it got really to the point to where it was making me a little bit uncomfortable. And not a whole lot of things make me uncomfortable.
Not a whole lot at all.
So yeah, no, and I mean, because everybody has their kinks, everybody has their fetishes, right? And some people like this guy, and like the people you saw in the other videos where like somebody married a roller coaster, and some people have things where they fall in love with inanimate objects, and
That's
they
objectum sex.
yes. And in their minds, like literally in their minds, this is not a joke. They're not like making fun of stuff. They're not being cheeky. They actually believe that this thing speaks to them, talks to them, makes love to them, all of this. Like it's actually in their head that they're doing this.
Now,
So
I don't think you would ever say this, but would you consider this something of a mental illness at all? If you think an inanimate object is in love with you and you love it back?
I mean, honestly, I am obviously not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, so I cannot legally say that it is or is not a diagnosable thing. But I would definitely say that these people tend to be on the more introverted and closed off side with humans and even animals sometimes. So therefore, whenever I come across this, I do tell them that they need to seek therapy. Not because of that so far, but like more along lines of why this is happening to them, why they feel the need to be open that way with something that can't speak back to them or that it can't reciprocate. So I do believe it's something mental that they have that they need to seek help with. I don't think it's dangerous, obviously. I just think it's a little, they're lonely, right? And they're lonely in a way that humans have not been able to connect with them. And if this helps them get over whatever their intimacy issues are, then you're welcome to it, right? Good for you. Different strokes for different folks. But at the same time, if it's interfering with your life or if it's interfering with their daily activities, which is the case with my sub. So like I said, with the doll. So he got to a point to where he was taking this doll everywhere. And it wasn't like a mannequin looking doll. This was quite obviously a sex object doll. And he would take it to the movies, he would take it places. And I was like, you need to like go see someone because something's going on here. And I heard from someone else that he eventually married this doll. And, good for you, but there is definitely some underlying something going on mentally with that kind of thing, because I can get over all kinds of kinky, weird, fetishy stuff. But when it's something like that, you definitely need to fix the underlying problem that is there that's making this person believe in, I don't want to say a delusion, because they understand from what I have observed, they understand this thing is not real. But at the same time, they're carrying on conversations with this thing. They're carrying on a love life with this thing. So it's kind of like that weird razor's edge of, do they need help, or are they just living in a delusion that they're happy with? It just depends. It just depends.
And this comes at a time when many younger people and older people
Mhm.
now falling in love with their artificial intelligence, their
That,
AI, where they are
dude, that's a
actually in
completely
a
different story,
relationship.
but yes.
And I say they're in a relationship,
Yeah.
but they're in a relationship in their mind
Yeah, of course.
with this information
A
source.
chatbot with a
Yeah,
chatbot. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I actually know a few people, and a lot of them, I'm in a lot of like comic groups and things like that. So I don't want to pigeonhole somebody. I don't want to stereotype. But a lot of the people, women and men that I personally know that are falling into that, into the AI girlfriend, boyfriend thing, they're all very, very closed off and very shy and very introverted. And this gives them, I guess, an outlet for whatever they're not getting from a partner because they're too either afraid or just scared to go actually physically talk to a human being. So I understand that. I do understand the loneliness that would cause somebody to want to do this. But at the same time, like, there's just has to be a point where you as an adult be like, this is not real. This is not real. It's fulfilling me, and that's great. But I need to actually have that disconnect of reality to where I comprehend that this is not real. And unfortunately, what we're seeing now with all these AI chatbots and all these crazy things that are happening with it is, especially the younger generation, like the kids in their teens and early 20s, they're just like foregoing all human interaction and talking to like chat gpt all day long. And that's where you go into like the dangerous part of the internet, right? Because you don't know what they're actually talking about. You don't know if that chat thing could be telling them like bad things or whatever. So it's a slippery slope, and introverted people need connection, and we just have to, I guess, figure out a better way to connect them with us and with everyone else that's not dangerous.
Don't go anywhere. Yes, there is more to talk about on this subject, as weird as it sounds. Stay with us after the break. And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Some teens have traded personal connections with actual people for AI chatbots. But there are safeguards parents should have in place to protect their kids. Our next guest shares her take. Would you suggest to parents out there, since you brought children up, that
Mhm.
they monitor their children, and whether it's something as innocent as a chat GPT that, not chat GPT, there are plenty of different
Yeah, yeah,
things.
there's a million of
But
them now.
yeah, yeah. But if they are communicating with artificial intelligence,
Right.
that you monitor it and figure out what's going on, and like in our day,
Yeah.
make their asses go
Oh,
outside and meet
yeah.
some other
I think
kids.
we had like, what is it, AOL Messenger, and that was it. And that was a very
Yeah,
dangerous time on the internet. Okay, that was a sketchy time to be alive.
you've got
But
mail.
no, I you would not understand, you would not believe it, but I was a very strict mom to my kid. Like, he didn't even get to watch an R-rated movie until he was like 15, 16 years old. I know everybody's like, oh, you? And I'm like, yes. And but what you just said is the reason. So I knew the dangers of online. I knew the dangers of predators because obviously in my line of work, like, I've met a lot of predators and I know what they do and I know how they act online, and they lure people in, right? So it's one of those things where with your kids, you have to monitor everything they do now, like everything. And it's not being a helicopter parent to monitor what they're doing online. You just have to know what's going on because there's too many ways for predators to get at your kids now. It's too easy.
And for adults that you may be around, do you suggest at least gently couching the conversation and asking them or telling them this is not going to work,
Yeah,
even though
yeah,
it
yeah.
appears to be working to you, that you're in a
Mhm.
relationship with the
Right.
refrigerator, but the refrigerator really doesn't love you back?
I think that when it's that level of disconnect from reality, and I don't say that in a bad way because I disconnect from reality all the time on purpose, but when it's I do. I'm crazy. It's fine. But like I said, it's self-awareness, right? I'm very self-aware when I do it because I'm like, oh, I'm literally being a little delulu right now. I know I am. So it's one of those things where you have to know as an adult that some things are just not reality. But if you have a friend or a family member or somebody or your kid that is falling into that and like getting real obsessed with it, then yeah, you need to sit down and have a conversation with them and ask them why. I think the best thing for this kind of stuff is, and whenever I talk to people who have weird fetishes or kinks and I'm like, whoa, I always tell them, seek therapy. I will go and find them therapists. I work with several sex therapists, PTSD therapists, and you need to get at the underlying cause of whatever the hell is going on that is making this person more comfortable around a machine than a human being, because something's going on there.
Well, that'll do it for another strange night of The Factor Uncensored, where topics you just can't get anywhere else.